At 10 a.m. on Monday, February 27th, 1989, 19-year-old Emma Hill called her boss to tell him there was a death in her family and she wouldn't be able to work for the rest of the week. 9 hours later, her car was found crashed into a snowbank, belongings inside, but no sign of Emma anywhere. Police searched overnight and through the next day, but found nothing. Upon contacting Emma's parents, authorities learned there was no death in the family, making the situation even more peculiar. An investigation began immediately, and detectives discovered video surveillance footage from the day of her disappearance, showing Emma at the Brookhaven bank just after noon, and then at the Rotten Robbie Food Mart 11 minutes later. And then her trail went cold, and so did her case. With no clues or information, rumors, speculation, and wild theories were rampant. Some believed Emma panicked after crashing her car and ran away, perhaps starting a new life somewhere outside of Brookhaven. Others hypothesized that Emma hit her head during the collision, perhaps suffering a concussion, and in a state of confusion wandered into the woods and met an untimely demise in the below-freezing overnight temperatures. Alas, the lack of footprints in the snow leading away from the car casts doubt on these theories, leaving many to insist Emma must have simply been in the wrong place at the wrong time, falling victim to a stranger abduction. 36 years later, we still don't have answers, and maybe we never will. May 22nd, 2008. It was the night before his college graduation, and pre-law student Dustin Hughes was out celebrating with friends at local clubs. The next day, he was gone, missing without a trace, never returning home after his night out. His parents filled out a missing persons report the next day, desperate for answers. Investigators went to work locating all available security footage from the previous night. At 10:26, Dustin and friends were seen leaving Breakfast Republic, arriving at the Fun Circle Club 4 minutes later. They left the Fun Circle at 11:52 and, according to his two friends, walked across town to popular night spot, the Agency Bunker, where they stayed until 12:37 a.m. From there, they went to Club Brooks, where they remained until closing at 2 a.m. But friends say when it was time to leave, Dustin wasn't there. They assumed he had already left and thought nothing of it, but security footage showed no sign of Dustin ever leaving the only exit of Club Brooks. The security footage from inside clearly confirms Dustin was at Club Brooks, but it never shows him leaving, and there was no sign of him anywhere in town surveillance footage, an anomaly that prompted armchair sleuths to take to the internet with their own conclusions. While the rampant speculation and wild theories don't necessarily help the case, they too keep the story alive, even if Dustin isn't, which may one day lead to the answers his family and friends so justly deserve. June 7th, 1979. Popular news anchor Sheila Donaldson was set to go on air at 6 a.m. sharp for the Brookhaven morning news program, Get Up Brookhaven. Get up, Brook Haven? I'm Sheila Donaldson with your friendly wake-up call. It's time for news, traffic, and weather you can trust. Sheila typically arrived at the TV station at 5 a.m., but on that day, she didn't, taking station manager Roger Delaware by surprise. It wasn't like Sheila to be late. He tried calling her at home, but got no answer. His intuition told him something was wrong, so he called the police and then filled in for Sheila himself on the morning news.
In light of recent incidences, Brookhaven Airport is offering a discount, that is.
Meanwhile, the police did a welfare check at Sheila's apartment. Inside the apartment was a glass of water, still with ice in it, recently watered flowers, and her 2 dogs, seemingly content and unbothered. Then, outside, they found her car parked in its usual place, with her hairbrush on the ground beside it. Immediately, they suspected foul play and theorized that someone had been waiting for Sheila as she left for work that morning and kidnapped her. This theory was corroborated when a witness stepped forward saying they saw Sheila being carried away by someone dressed in dark clothing. A sketch of the person was featured on the news that night. And rumors started right away with multiple suspects, including rival news anchor Kitty Espinoza, who swooped right in to take over Sheila's job upon her disappearance. Others suspected her jealous ex-boyfriend, nuclear plant electrician Dale Fink. Some even pondered Roger Delaware's potential involvement, recalling a fight between Roger and Sheila at the company's Christmas party 6 months earlier. Her disappearance made national news and continues to make the local news every year on the anniversary of her disappearance. If Sheila is still out there, she's now 75 years old. Here is an age-progressed rendering of how Sheila might look now. But still, to this day, there have been no viable leads on the whereabouts of Sheila Donaldson. In October of 2016, Brookhaven Library's head librarian, Toby Hoofenstomper, was well known around town as the Noise Police, always urging patrons of his store and those around it to be quiet. After a few years of being shushed, the citizens of Brookhaven had had enough, and in early 2019, put forth a petition to have Toby Hoofenstomper fired. As a result, Toby and his 17-year-old daughter Viola soon became penniless and homeless. In January of 2020, Toby died, leaving Viola all alone. The townspeople felt bad and decided to pitch in and restore a condemned structure on the outskirts of town for her to live in. But when they went to get her, she was gone. With no transportation or means by which to travel, Viola could not have left the island of Brookhaven, at least not on her own accord. Far-fetched theories began to emerge that former library patrons had the poor girl locked up in their basement, or that she had somehow slipped by notoriously lax Brookhaven security and flown away to another place, or even that perhaps she had swam to the nearest coastal town of Seaboard City to start a new life. For months, people called in sightings of Viola, giving police hope of finding her. But soon reported sightings began to dwindle, as did hope of finding the homeless orphan. Will anyone ever find out where she went or where she is now? Or will it forever be an unsolved mystery? Camp Brook Haven was a popular sleepaway camp, offering enriching activities guaranteed to give children a summer full of memories. But in July of 1960, the children received a summer full of trauma instead, when one night, every adult in camp disappeared, gone without a trace, leaving the children completely alone, surviving on fear and s'mores until their parents picked them up 4 days later. Over the years, various wild theories have circulated, some believing the camp kids had something to do with it.
Get her! Yeah! Now let's get rid of her. Dump him in the lake. Okay. Hurry. Shh. We got them all.
Others suspected the counselors left voluntarily.
The birds are falling asleep. Let's get out of here for good.
Yeah, let's blow this popsicle stand.
Uh-huh.
Others suspected an alien abduction. But perhaps the most widely accepted theory is that the disappearance is the work of a grown-up hating serial killer who did away with the camp counselors, transported them all to Cherry Road, and buried them. Though none of the theories can be ruled out, a bandana from the camp was found years later by construction workers on Cherry Road, further bolstering the serial killer theory. Though no remains nor concrete evidence has been found to prove this, no evidence has been found to disprove it either. It is a mystery that may never be solved.